Well, good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Chris Holtzman here, live from the First Alert Desk. We are tracking Tropical Storm Debby as this system continues to impact the low country, bringing with it very heavy rain, significant flash flooding, and also even some tornadoes. We have some likely tornadoes that we already saw this morning, and we do have that tornado watch that's in effect until 4 o'clock. Let me go over our alerts right now. What we have, we do have flash flood warnings that have been extended, including Beaufort, Colleton, Hampton, for most of that area there until 1 o'clock. For Berkeley, Charleston, Colleton, Dorchester through 12:30, and then there's also a flash flood warning, including portions of Horry County, also Georgetown County until 12:45, as the heaviest of the rain, or at least the axis of it, is starting to move east of our area. That does not include Georgetown, by the way, but let me show you what we have on live radar over areas that have already picked up several inches of rain. We're adding additional rain to that. That's a live look there. Bands of Debby continue to move on shore. Now, within these heavier bands, we could see tropical storm force winds and also significant flash flooding. So let me show you what we have in terms of our radar zooming in. Georgetown, you're out of the heaviest of it right now, but just to the north over Pawleys Island, Pleasant Hill, Murrells Inlet, we're looking where that flash flood warning is at very heavy rain, nearly stationary with that band, and then very heavy rain over Monk's Corner, Awendaw, Wando, Jamestown, Cross, and also down to James Island, Johns Island. We're watching additional activity redeveloping as I zoom in here on the radar, moving in from the Atlantic. So that is going over areas that have already seen a lot of rain, although it looks like the heaviest of the activity is positioned mainly east of downtown Charleston with some of these bands, but where you see those pockets of yellow and orange, that's very heavy rain, perhaps some embedded rotation as well. So we are still watching that tornado threat as we are on the eastern side of that system. The actual eye, or the center of Debby, it looks a little bit lopsided, but right now near Savannah. So we are in the eastern quadrant of the storm, and that's why there could be rotation. That's why that tornado watch, as I mentioned, is in effect until 4 this afternoon. And we do have more moisture on the way. Here's the latest track from the National Hurricane Center as of 11 o'clock. We have winds of 40, but again, take out the tropical storm and look at that movement. This is what we need to focus on. It continues to slow down. Movement at 6 miles per hour. You can run faster than this is moving. And that means that this is nearly stationary over very warm ocean water as we head over the next few days, including Wednesday and Thursday. Models indicate this will make landfall again over portions of South Carolina at some point Thursday morning. On the backside of the system, we could see the wind pick up, especially Wednesday into Thursday. That could be a threat on the backside of the system when we see the stronger winds. But then by Friday, thankfully, this gets picked up by an upper level disturbance and gets out of here, which is good news for us. Future tracker shows as we go through the rest of the day today, bands of moisture. Now, there will be times where we don't see really any rain. When we do see it, it will be torrential, and we could see rainfall rates approaching 1 to 2, even 3 inches per hour. There's a Wednesday morning showing more of that rain rotating in. And then that continues into a Wednesday evening and through Thursday morning. Eventually on the backside of that system, you can see some of that red popping up, perhaps more heavy rain. And then by Thursday, this is lifting to the north out of our area through Friday morning. Let's talk about in terms of our wind speed. We do have winds sustained between 5 to 15 miles per hour, but we have to watch the wind over the next few days because remember, as the ground gets more saturated or wet, that promotes looser tree roots, and with the wind perhaps picking up late Wednesday into Thursday with gusts up to 40 miles per hour on the backside of that center, that could lead to downed trees and power lines. So we'll have to watch that closely as the wind picks up. You can see that's being picked up on our modeling into a Wednesday and Thursday. I do want to show you our flood outlook, as I've been mentioning, and also Joey's been talking about today. A rare high risk for flash flooding. The last time we were under a high risk was back with Dorian in 2019. This system is certainly one potentially for the record books in terms of rainfall that we've been projecting on top of what we're already seeing. We've already seen amounts close to a foot, and we could see additional rainfall around 5 to 10 inches with locally higher amounts. Even Wednesday, the flood outlook, most of our areas in a high risk, although that shifts a little bit more to the east as we see the center of the storm move a little bit more easterly. But the bottom line, what we are forecasting, we've already seen, at least our forecast, we're calling for 10 to 20 inches. we've already seen around close to 5 to 10 inches of rain. We're adding an additional 5 to 10 to that. So that's why you see those numbers, at least the shading there, going down a little bit more. But I'll leave you with our tropical impacts. We are expecting flooding to be the highest threat. We've been giving you the first alert to the flooding threat as early as last week. And the forecast is really performing to what we've been expecting. Damaging winds also, the wind threat will go up a little bit more as we head into the day on Wednesday and Thursday. Tornado threat is a little bit more elevated as well. And our storm surge potential is increasing as well. Although when we get on the backside of that, the storm surge threat will practically end with a northerly wind. But until then, we are looking at that threat for storm surge. We're going to keep you updated, of course, on air, online, and on the Live 5 weather app. You can head to live5news.com. We have that hurricane section, a great tool to have. And also we'll be on air at noon with the latest information on Tropical Storm Debby. Until then, I'll leave you with a final look at our threats, and we'll see you on air in about 40 minutes.